I used to be close friends with a guy I will call Finn. Finn was the most respected and liked guy everywhere we went. Most of the times it didn't even feel like he had to do anything. People just started to naturally roam around him and like him. To be honest with you, I got jealous. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Nobody ever talked to me like they did to Finn. It just felt like I was just some guy and he was him. Man, maybe that's the reason I got some issues as well, bro. Nobody gave a shit about me. Like, nobody cared. Anyway, after that, I spent years studying, trying to find out how to be more like him. And I started to understand that I have to be a leader. He was a leader. I didn't know back then, but people were following him because he was a good role model and he was fun to be with. So if you can relate to any of this, to feeling like that, this analysis is for you. This is so important. If you're watching this video, I can just tell that you're doing that exact mistake. Because if you're watching this video, you're probably similar to who I am or who I was, and I did this all the time. If you get into a social situation, in the beginning, you're probably trying to act cool. You know, you're not introducing yourself to anyone. Maybe you're just shy, but it's probably that you're just a bit insecure and you don't have the courage to go up to people and introduce yourself. You see how Tommy Shelby, of course this is a movie, but it's important in real life too, how Tommy Shelby makes sure that he greets everyone that is coming to the situation right there. You saw him giving the two guys that came from there, he gave them a nod. Here, right here, he went up to him with, open arms, open body language, just creating like a welcoming pose and interacting with him, making sure that they know that, he's here, he's present, he's in the building, okay, he's confident. It's such a big difference if you would imagine that he's there just timid, not trying to be weird, do something weird, not introducing himself to anyone. And of course he knows these people, but it's important with people you know and it's important with people you don't know. You need to give energy when you step into a room. You need to be there. We all try to be nonchalant, we try to be so cool, but it doesn't work. It doesn't get you girls, it doesn't get you respect, it just looks like you're insecure. You maybe think in your own head that you're cool as fuck right now, but you're not. You need to give energy and then you can be nonchalant. You are there, you give energy, you have the attention on you, you introduce yourself to people, you're loud, and then you're silent. And then you're dismissive, you focus on something else. It's that hot and cold. That's how you get girls. But if you're always cold and you're always nonchalant, you're always acting cool and like, I don't care, I'm cool, I'm standing in the corner sipping on my drink watching everybody, that doesn't work. If you do that, you will only go to clubs, you'll do that, and then you will go home and you will just feel empty and sad because you thought it will work and then it doesn't, and then you just start questioning your life. So you need to introduce yourself. You need to make sure people see you when you step into a room, because people judge you in the first couple of seconds of seeing you. They either say, okay, he's an alpha or he's a beta. And I don't care if you don't like, to say that stuff because you find it cringe. I don't care, because this is the exact way to distinguish the two archetypes, the two persons that you can be at the start of a conversation. If you stay quiet and act invincible, not introducing yourself to anyone, you are the loser.
I'm telling you now, we got lost. You really need to do a map.
Now here's the thing. He's also not overacting. There's two ways men usually are. They're either trying to be nonchalant 24/7, that doesn't work, or they're trying to have that fake energy all the time where they're like super like active. Where they're constantly trying to be loud all the time. That is weird. I know there's no girls right here, but this ties in with flirting as well. If you're constantly alert, if you're always loud and you're really attentive with a girl, you're always listening to her and take every word for granted, and you're stuck on her lips, you think it's a good thing, you think it's present, but it's not a good thing. Because you're giving too much attention to her. It seems almost rapey in a way. Because you're too focused on her. It's weird. You seem needy. So you need to balance it out, hot and cold. You need to be there, make sure people know you're confident in the room, but then also be cold, not overacting. And it's important that you treat the people around you like normal people. You're not there to try and make a highlight reel, to make a Twitch stream where you entertain them the whole time. You're not a YouTuber, bro. You're not a streamer. And even if you are, you're probably not in the social situations. You're not making a video, bro. Stop trying to entertain everyone the whole time. That's a sickness that came with social media. We always think we have a video camera on us 24/7. Even if we do, you don't need to be the guy who's entertaining them all the time. Stay calm, treat them like normal people, and they will treat you with respect.
Right, boys, you're all here.
This is important. You see him making himself big and initiating the conversation as the first guy who speaks. He doesn't wait for anyone to be like, okay, are we starting now? He makes himself big. You can see how he flares out his arms right here, creating a lot of space for himself, looking confident, taking up room, which is important if you talk to multiple people. If you want to be heard, you need to take up space. And then you're also the guy who starts a conversation. So it's risky. It always feels like you're scared that people reject you, but people like that. You just seem confident. Don't be scared of initiating a conversation. Be the first guy who talks. Leaders don't wait for anyone. They lead, and if nobody's following in them, they still walk. Okay, they still leading in that direction. If someone's behind them or not, they're still walking that road. So don't be scared to start walking. And here's the thing, people will naturally start following you. And if some people follow, a lot more people will follow too, because it's like peer pressure. You just need to lead. People need someone that is able to lead without looking back and, is anybody following me? No, okay, then I will just wait a bit. No, lead. And this seems easy from the comfort of our homes, looking at this video from here, it's easy to say. If you're unexperienced, this is hard in the moment, starting conversations out of nothing. But just remember that they are all just people. They're just humans, and none of them is above you. So why would you be scared of their judgment?
Today,
I fucked it up. My bad.
this is my fucking wedding day. Yeah.
But listen to him speaking slow here. He speaks in a calm, collected manner with pauses. He's not trying to rush things. Leaders always move on their own time. And he does that while he's gesturing and going down with his voice at the end of the sentence. And all of that just shows that he's confident. And he doesn't ask for attention, but he demands it by just speaking like he already earned it. Another thing I want to talk about is this finger, that gesture right here that he does. This is always threatening. If you watch my videos, this is threatening. It's essentially, even if it's not on a conscious level where we feel consciously threatened by it, in a subconscious way, it spikes our anxiety if someone points at us like that. Especially with girls, you don't want to spike the anxiety. If you point at them, make sure you point with your entire hand. Don't point with one finger. It's really rare that this is a good gesture.
You said there'd be no bloody uniforms.
Nevertheless, John, despite the bad blood.
And here's how he deals with it. He goes up in his face. He starts moving towards him. That's also threatening. He's threatening him back. And he closes in on him. He makes it personal to him. And he's not scared of conflict. He's all up in his face. That's how you deal with people interrupting you. Don't be scared. Don't start to get timid defending yourself. Stand up for yourself. Demand respect.
I'll have none of it on my carpet. Now, for Grace's sake, nothing will go wrong.
Those bastards.
What he does right here with saying those bastards, he's essentially creating a common enemy. You know, he has his groups right here, and then he has those bastards, those other people. So it's us versus them. And that just makes his people stick together. His men give him more loyalty, creates a sense of brotherhood between them, because it's us versus them. We need to stick together. If you look at any good speech from any influential dude out there, it's always, a part of it is always us versus them. Everybody uses it. Every smart person uses it. Every leader.
There on her family. And if you fuckers do anything to embarrass.
Now, while he said you fuckers, he pointed around the room right here. That just addresses everyone. It's important, if you talk to multiple people, that you make sure that everyone has their attention on you. And also at the same time, he creates a lot of space for himself here.
Sir, your kin, your cousins, your horses, your fucking kids. You do anything to what?
Also how he walks around the circle here. Again, creating more space, looking more confident that way. He does a lot of that. If you look at Tommy Shelby, all the time he's essentially trying to create as much space for himself as possible, so he looks confident. He's a confident character, and you can use that in your day-to-day life easily.
What about Snar? Yeah, they're women of sport, I'll say that.
No cocaine.
Now again, how he closes in on him. You see how close he is right here? He's going all up in his face and pointing at him with one finger, which again is threatening. And he's not scared to invade anyone's personal space. That's really, really confident. And it's always confident, even if it's something as simple as tapping someone's shoulder or tapping someone's back. It's always a confident move for yourself, and the more confident you look, the more confident your body language, the more respect you get from men around you, and the more interest you get from girls. That's just a fact.
No cocaine, no sports, no selling fortunes, no racing, no fucking sucking petrol out of their fucking cars. And you, Charlie, stop spinning yarns about me, eh?
Oh, I'm just trying to sell you to them, Tom.
This might be the first time that he has bad body language in this clip, because touching your eyes in any shape or form, the way that he does it right now, always is a sign of distress. It shows that the situation is getting to you emotionally and that you kind of can't handle it, which isn't a good thing. So here it's obvious that he's distressed because it's a stressy situation, but in general, it's a subconscious act. And we do that because we want to block out or withdraw from the stressful situation around us. So that's why we touch our eyes, creating that barrier between us. And that's especially true because our eyes are really closely connected to our brain. Probably one of the closest things that is connected with our brain. So we're really separating the entirety of us from the situation and not just closing our eyes. It looks like a simple act, but it's really bigger than that. You know, you really take distance from the situation.
But the main thing is, you bunch of fuckers, despite the provocation.
So while he says despite the provocation, his palms are facing downwards. Both of his hands are facing downwards. And this always signals that he's trying to calm down the situation. Maybe it's just himself, he's trying to calm down himself because we saw that he's stressed by touching his eyes before. But in general, if you have your hands face downwards, it's always a calming down motion. It's quite good body language in this scenario. You want to make sure that your people are calm so they can take rational decisions.
From the cavalry, no fighting. Oi!
Now this is what I really love, okay? You saw how when he said no fighting, he was essentially whispering, and then the really next second he started screaming hey or oi or whatever British sound that he did. It's a really hard change from his vocal pitch. He went from whisper to scream in a matter of a couple seconds. And this keeps everyone interested. not just in what he says, but how he says it. Humans are hardwired to respond to the tiniest changes in our environment because we had to be really on edge when there might be a lion or a tiger around back in caveman days. So we still are prone to notice every little change and put our focus on that, which is the reason we pay close attention when stuff like that happens, when someone changes his vocal pitch, especially if it's as drastic as this. So if you change your vocal pitch, even if it's from a normal pitch to a whisper, it's interesting. It gets people to listen to you because what you say might not be interesting, but how you say it is so interesting that we can't help it but listen. That's why you also see public speakers who earn their living off talking to people around them always changing up their vocal pitch because it's interesting. It keeps people engaged. That also separates the bad public speakers from the good.
No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fighting. No fucking fighting! Good. Get the fucking...
So that's it from the scene. Appreciate you watching. Stay big, man.